Hi, Sharon. Nice to see you. How are you been?
Uh, uh, mm, I am coping.
Okay.
I'm coping right now. I don't know, I've just been like a real wreck, you know, just going through everything that we talked about in our last meeting stuff that, still feeling depressed, still having like, some anxiousness in situations, well, which I'll explain to you a little bit later. But, like the whole family thing is still bugging me. My partner is just still doesn't understand where I'm coming from, and really, I really just feel attacked because now it's just like not only is it my family I can't talk to, now my partner I'm having issues with, and it just makes me feel even more alone because I don't have any friends or anything like that that I can talk to at about my issues. Like honestly, like I'm grateful to actually have you to talk to because I going on out of my mind. uh, I don't know. Like I said, like my relationship with my sister is not that great, and I don't know. I've just been feeling a little bit down and out since our last meeting, and um, I haven't gotten a lot accomplished. At least I may have gotten a few things accomplished, but not a lot, and that also makes me feel down because I feel like I just could do so much better, you know, with everything that's going on with me right now. But I just feel like nobody understands me. Nobody. And and when you're by yourself and I feel like I'm backed up in a corner, like the only person I feel that understands me is you. And that's it. My family is just always like, I don't know, they just make me feel like an outsider. Like literally they really made me feel like an outsider. And I really feel like this whole like way, like I don't even want to talk to my family. Like they call me, but I don't even want to really talk to them because I'm afraid that they're just gonna like, like give me like horrible news, like the really, really bad news, like I said before. And like I don't and then try to tell me that I'm crazy and then I need to take medication because I don't understand what they're saying and like something's wrong with me or whatever the case may be. And I feel like my wife is gonna be heading in that direction pretty soon and then I'll just be all alone. So that's that's pretty much how I'm feeling right now.
Okay. Um, well, those are some pretty intense concerns that you've shared with me. Um, I want to go and discuss about your goals for a second, and then we'll come back to your concerns. Um, Give me an update on how you've done with your goals so far.
Well, remember what I was saying earlier, how I didn't get a lot accomplished?
Right.
Well, that's what I was talking about. I didn't call the psychiatrist. I wanted to. I was like pacing back and forth in my living room, like, okay, I need to do this. But like I said before, I really don't like medication, but I don't like how it feels and stuff like that. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Actually, now that I'm on the whole psychiatrist thing, I didn't call her, but I still wonder, like, like what is your role? Like, how can you help me? Like, what would I do? Like, anyways, like I call this person, and I set up a meeting, and then like, would you be able to help me? I mean,
Um, That's a good question. As far as my role, I am just here to help guide you. The psychiatrist role is really to help you, I guess, better stabilize your mood through medication. I can send a referral to a psychiatrist for you, and I will also keep in contact with the psychiatrist just to ensure that we're all on the same page. Um, if and you do get prescribed medication and you're okay with taking the medication, and if you feel like it's not working, or you feel weird, or you feel like it's too strong, or whatever the case is, then you can reach out to me, and I can also reach out to the psychiatrist with your consent, or you can go to the psychiatrist yourself and also explain that to them. But we're basically a team in this, and that they handle more of the medical side for you.
Okay, so basically you just help me understand the medication if I have questions, and then they prescribe it to me. But I can also ask them questions as well. But I don't know how I would go about asking her questions, so maybe you can kind of help me in that area, later if I decide to go with the medication, because right now I'm still, like I said, I was pacing back and forth, and I wanted to call her, but I didn't know what to say. And then I was just like, oh my gosh, medication, this is what my family wants me to do. And I know that it's the best thing for me to do to help me with, feeling depressed. I don't know. Anyway, so I didn't do that. The other thing that I didn't get to was the support group. Now, I did call the support group leader, and I spoke to her, and she was like very nice, and she explained to me that I didn't have to share or anything like that right off the bat, that I could just basically listen, tell people what my name is and my issue, and just listen. And it sounded really great. And I got in my car, I drove over to the support group, and I literally sat in my car for like 20 minutes debating on if I can get in there, because like I said, it's been a long time since I've spoken to anyone, So I went to the door, and then I turned around and went back into my car. And I ended up taking the long way home. And I was just thinking about it, because for me, Zaya, it's like, going to a club and haven't been to a club for like ever, and then going by yourself. It's easy to like, have that liquid courage, and after that liquid courage, and then you feel comfortable. But this is a support group. There's no liquid courage there. I just feel like these people are going to be judging me and watching me, and maybe thinking that my situation is not even as serious as theirs, and why am I there? And you know what I mean? And I didn't, even though I wasn't sharing on that day, eventually I will have to share. It would just make me feel really uncomfortable. So I don't know. I didn't do it. But I did buy my partner the car though. And she was upset. And didn't understand why I spent all that money to purchase the vehicle. And I tried explaining that it wasn't about me, it was about her, and so that she can understand, how I'm feeling. Like I was trying to do a good gesture, because you're always talking about how I'm overspending and stuff like that. And I feel like it kind of put a wedge a little bit more towards us. So I may have to return the vehicle. I'm not sure yet. I mean, she's kind of cozying up to it. She says she likes it and stuff like that, but she's just really upset that I'm taking money that we don't have and spending it. And I get it. She is right. I'm a librarian and we don't make that much money. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I'm just trying to do something nice for her so that way she doesn't think that I'm just spending money all the time on myself. And, just trying to make this all about her. And that didn't go over too well.
Okay. Well, thank you for the update, or updates on everything. I do want to let you know that it is okay that, you did not necessarily accomplish any of the short-term goals, and that is okay. Um, the fact that you tried was a great first step. You attempted by wanting, you had good intentions behind each thing. You wanted to call the psychiatrist, but then you didn't know exactly what to say. You wanted to go to support group. You even talked to the lady at the support group, and you even got in your car and drove there. But yet, you still didn't know what was to expect of you. Um, and with the car, at least you were a little bit more mindful um, about the spending. What positive factors do you think that you could take away from each one of these goals as far as your actions between last week and this week?
Positive things I can take away is that I actually, like I said, got into my car and went to support group. I got into my car, so that's one positive thing I can take away. Realizing that I shouldn't have, purchased such an expensive, vehicle or expensive thing for my, partner, that would have been, I'll take that away, because I could have, gotten her a bracelet. But I think it wasn't about what I was getting. It's just the fact that I'm overspending. But the positive thing I can take away is being a little bit more like aware of my actions. That's as far as I can go, because honestly, just everything else just feels like negative. Like, the backlash of it.
When you say everything, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you, I remember one of my long-term goals, you said that you wanted me to text my sister, and I just really didn't feel comfortable doing that, yet. I'm working up to it. I know you want me to get out of my comfort zone, but I just can't do that right now. I just feel really way too judged, and I feel like it'll be fake for me to just try to build a relationship out of nowhere. Like, I don't have a reason to call her to say, hey, this is why I'm calling, or anything like that. If I call them like, hi, what do you want to talk about? Because that's not a relationship. She's going to be like, well, what's going on with you? See, I knew you need medication. Something ain't right. Why are you calling me out of the blue and then just talking to me about nothing? Like, how you doing? Like, something ain't right. Like, so I'm not even trying that. But one positive thing I could take away is I did talk to my wife about the family therapy, and she said she would think about it. And she sounded pretty hopeful, because she thinks that her being here will help her understand why I do the things I do, or why I feel the way I do.
Okay. Well, it sounds like your support system, which is your wife, is um, a positive factor, a positive factor in your life right now.
And I am trying to start a budget plan. I really, really am. I just figured after I bought the vehicle, I would, buy the vehicle, then be great, and then start a budget plan right after that. Because I had some rainy day monies that I can I put back into what I spent. Like, so I didn't spend as much. So say for instance, the vehicle was $5,000. I had $2,000. So really the vehicle was really $3,000. And so I only spent $3,000. And so I just need to, put that $3,000 back, figure out that. I don't know. But I'm trying. I'm trying. Maybe next time I'll just buy her a fake car, like, one of those ones you take, so she can see. I'll be like, this is what I want to buy you. Is that okay with you? I don't know how to communicate with anybody anymore. I don't know.
Okay. Well, listening to your update and your concerns and what has been going on within the past week since I've seen you, I have looked at some possibilities as to what may be happening. And there are a couple of interventions I would like to try with you. One, I did just slightly exercise that with you, and that is called motivational interviewing. Um, and then the other one that I will actually discuss with you is called cognitive behavioral therapy, or also known as CBT.
So the first one was, that's why you asked me what was my positive takeaways from my goals. Is that part of the motivational one? Or?
Yes. Yes.
I was wondering why you're asking me that question. I was like, take away the positive. I was just like, where are we going with this? But I get it now. That was pretty tricky. You got me. But no, you got me thinking, though. You definitely got me thinking of, be more aware and stuff. So yeah, okay. I'd like to try that.
All right. We will practice more with the motivational interviewing for today's session, but I did want to also explain to you a little bit more as to what cognitive behavioral therapy includes and what you would look for in it. On top of the seeing a psychiatrist to see about medication, these other two interventions can also work with you on this, and it will help you with the short term change as well as long term. Cognitive behavioral therapy is more about you. We're going more about what your thoughts are, your feelings, your attitudes, like whatever you're feeling and you're talking about, we're going to use that and we're going to try to figure out how we can change your viewing from such a negative perspective to a positive one. Sometimes when we have certain issues, it's so easy to look at the glass half empty instead of half full. And so cognitive behavioral therapy will allow me to help you reach, I guess, your potential in seeing the glass half full at this point. And that's why it kind of goes very well with motivation interviewing, because they're both trying to get you to see the more positive factors about yourself, your life, and where you're trying to go. So how do you feel about what I've explained?
I'm willing to try the cognitive therapy later. I think, yeah, like you said, the motivational one right now will be fine. But I do understand what you were trying to tell me about taking away, what's good in my life, so I'm not always focused on the negative all the time. So yeah, both interventions sound like it's something that can help me. I'm willing to try that.
Okay. And I'm not saying that you're negative in every aspect of your life. I'm just saying, based off of the concerns that you have exercised, like I had brought up to you, you have tried. For each one of these goals, you have attempted. And instead of you looking at the positives as if I've attempted, it was more of a, I hope you're not disappointed type feel that I gathered from you and from your body language. And so I want you to feel a little bit more confident in what your abilities are. And we can move forward and hopefully accomplish all these goals.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So going back into motivational interviewing, and now that you know a little bit how it works, let's start with the first goal that we discussed, which is the psychiatrist. In what ways do you think you could have handled that problem a little bit better, if better at all?
Hmm. Um, well, now that I know that you're going to be able to like help me explain the medication to me, then and we're going to be a team and not just you're separate, she's separate, then I don't feel so uncomfortable calling like I did the first time, because I just feel like the first time was like, okay, I just spilled my guts to this one person. I got to go spill my guts to this next person. It's like all these people know my information. They're going to be judging me, trying to figure out. And I know that's part of the plan. Like she needs to understand like how I'm feeling in order for her to give me the right medication. But just thinking about it just made me like really anxious. And I just wanted to like, I felt like I was spinning out. And so that's why I came today and asked you, like what would be your role be in medication. And after you told me, it made me feel a lot calmer, a lot more calm. So I think what I can change this time is knowing that I have you as a support system. I don't feel so overwhelmed, and if you were to just like send all my information to this lady so I don't have to explain myself all over again, that will definitely help, put things in motion. And so all I have to just do is set up an appointment, and then she can just read off what she already knows from you. I'm assuming that's how it works. And then, you know, explain the medication to me. So I think now I feel a little bit better with that,
Okay.
with calling her
Okay. So
or
would
him.
you like? Oh, I'm sorry. What was
Wait, was
that?
it? And I was trying to remember if it was a female or a male. I can't remember. Right about now, my brain is just, I'm just thinking about everything. Sorry.
What's everything?
Just, all the goals that I need to stay on track with. Because I really want this to work, but I'm just, you know, a bit scared a little bit that it's not going to work out.
Well, being scared is gonna be that's a natural reaction. Um, it's something different, and you've never. I'm assuming you have not um, tried this before, or it's been a while since you tried this. So
Yeah, I just don't like the way medication makes me feel. So hopefully, I have two people now that I can voice an opinion to. So I'm not alone. So if something's not working, then we can definitely, you know, figure something out.
yeah, it sounds very positive. Um, okay, so let's go to the second goal. Um, how do you how do you feel about dealing with everything on that note?
Support group. Uh, I I almost feel like I need someone to go with me. Like, you know, do psychologists go with people to support group? Can you like be like a fly on the wall? I don't know if that's possible or something. I just, I think if I see a friendly face there, because I don't think my wife will go with me because, um, she's already agreeing to come to this therapy. However, I haven't asked her yet, but I think if someone goes with me, then possibly I'll going to the door. I was asking you because I know, because you're the one that's helping me set this goal. But yeah.
Well, I wish I could go. I really wish I could. But you said something that was interesting. You said that your wife is already going with you with the therapy, with couples therapy, and I'm going to say you don't want to ask her to go with you to group therapy or the group sessions either, or you don't want to give her too much.
I could ask her, but I just don't want it to be too much for her right now, or for me.
What's too much?
I mean, if I ask her, because she'll be coming to this therapy, coming to family therapy, and then coming to the group therapy with me, and I don't even know. Can I have like a relative come to a group therapy? I don't know even know if I can do that in the first place. But maybe I shouldn't ask her. I don't know. I want to take small steps towards the situation.
Well, you've already taken one step, which is that you've called. Actually, you took two steps because you called the lady at the place, you got the information, and you drove there. So those are two huge steps that you've already made. So, don't count yourself out just yet. So the next step if whenever you're comfortable with trying this, there's no timeline for any of these. I just want to let you know that. Take your time with all of this. But I want you to know that when you go in, there are other people who are going through or have gone through similar situations as yourself. So you're not technically alone in this. I have one question. Well, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How did you feel when you first came and met with me?
I was really anxious, like nervous, because, I haven't spoken to somebody else outside my family in a long time, meaning my partner. So, yeah.
But you did not know me, correct?
That's correct.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm not summarizing this correctly, but you had said earlier on that I am a support for you, like you felt comfortable enough to talk with me, but yet you had not known me before these last, 2-3 sessions. So do you think you could possibly build friendships and connections if you actually kind of tried to?
That's a possibility. I mean, we're dealing with just one of you. We're talking about a group of 5 other people. That's a lot of people knowing my business. A lot of people, eyes on me. So I think that was mostly like my nervousness and the newness of it. But I see where you're coming from. It makes a good point that, I didn't know you and I got to know you. So I'll try it. I'll try it one day and see how it feels, and then I'll get back to you, and then I'll let you know how it went, and like if it's something that I think I can continue, or if what I can do to help, what you can do to help me help myself.
Okay. Also, you said that, the lady did state that you didn't have to share anything, especially the first time going in. And,
True.
just keep that in mind whenever you are ready to go in. You don't have to share. And if you feel comfortable with sharing, then I'm very sure that they would open the floor for you. But, just keep in mind that it's not required for you to immediately share.
Okay.
Um, did you have any other concerns with either one of these goals before we continue with the other goals?
No.
Okay, so um, now, I guess we'll talk more about the budgeting situation going on in your car.
Oh no.
Your car.
Okay.
Why do you say, okay.
Because I'm just like, I'm so used to spending, 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 spending. It's just so hard to like just, stop cold turkey. Just, something that I'm used to doing on a regular basis. And then,
Cold turkey?
because you're trying to help me to, to stop the overspend, stop the overspending. It's hard. Like, can I just like buy a little stuff here and there? I mean, maybe not a car, but I don't know if that would help. But I don't know.
Can I point something out to you just now?
Sure.
You just stated maybe not a car. You're saying like you wanted to spend, but maybe not a car. And I think that is a slight breakthrough for you, or, that was a positive moment. Do you know why I say that?
Um, Maybe because I'm considering to buy something that's less expensive to save money.
Right. That is a very big first step.
Okay.
You're taking the time to look. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Huh?
I thought you were going to say something. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm. You said I was taking the time to look.
Yeah, you were looking at your situation and you were saying that, yeah, you like spending, maybe not spending on a car, but I do like to spend money. And that is one perspective that needs to be, I guess, I'm going to say celebrated, because you actually recognize that a car is too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why she was so mad, because it's like, it's not only that I'm overspending, but I'm like overspending.
Mm, okay. What are some other ideas could you come from, or could you do that may not cause so much tension between you and your wife?
Um, like you said, get on a budget plan. I think that'll be the first stepping stone. But I think once we do family therapy and she understands like my anxieties is what's causing me to overspend, feeling depressed, and I'm just trying to do something good for her because like, I care about her so much, and she's like the only last person that I have that, besides my family that, I could talk to, but she's not understanding where I'm coming from or seeing things the way I want her to see them. So I figured I'd purchase a car. So, um, I just need to be, you know, a little bit more understanding, I guess, to her needs or her understanding. We just need to understand each other better.
do you think you have taken any steps towards communicating better with her?
Not after, not since our last talk. The only step that I took that was good was asking her to come to family therapy so she can understand me better. After she got, she blew up about the vehicle. So.
Okay. Well.
So I guess that's a positive right there because, yeah, okay, I see how this works. All right. Yeah.
Okay. You feel a little bit more confident, positive?
Yeah, a little bit because I didn't have to ask you what to do. I just kind of like, it was part of our plan, but I could have gotten nervous and been like, oh, well, she's pissed off. And I could have went back into my depression and been like, okay, well, she's not hearing what I'm saying. But I still took the initiative to ask her to, come to a meeting, which she said was great, to come. So I guess that's a stepping stone, in the right direction. So yeah, that's definitely a positive. I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it as like, oh, she's gonna come to the meeting and she's hopefully gonna understand me. But now that we're talking about it, yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're starting to recognize the positives without me having to bring anything out. So I'm actually really glad to hear you say this. Do you believe that she is going to understand your budgeting techniques, or are you worried about that?
I'm thinking, I don't think that she'll understand at first, but I think if you were to explain to her what my budgeting, I think if she hears it coming from somebody else, then she'll kind of get the gist of why I do what I do. And then maybe we can work on some plans together instead of it just being me. Maybe she needs to take over some of the budgeting where we balance it out together. So that way, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where, couples therapy comes in, and you're able to effectively communicate and understand, where you were coming from with the car and how you were spending on that level, and how, and this is from what I'm gathering from you. Sounds like she's pretty important to you, and you're trying to reflect that by buying gifts. And like we discussed in the last session, that there are other ways that you can celebrate her being in your life and appreciate it. And I believe, have you even, just wanted to ask real quick, have you considered, cooking dinner, or, just doing cleaning the kitchen, or doing simple little tasks like that to show your appreciation?
I mean, I just usually clean up anyways, but I haven't tried the cooking thing. That might be a good idea too. I was just thinking about taking her out to dinner, but then I was like, wait a second, that's spending. So basically, yeah, maybe I can make her one of my mom's famous meatloaf dishes that she taught me a long time ago.
Okay.
She's never said that she doesn't like or likes meatloaf, so I think it'll be a nice surprise. Maybe I should find out if she doesn't like meatloaf. Whatever the case may be, I can find out, and I have my ways, and then go from there. That's a good idea. I think I will try that. I think that's a
Okay.
good idea.
Okay. Well, um, these are all very positive ways to view uh, the tasks that you have. Well, excuse me, the goals that we have come up with from last session. And then in order to complete these, sometimes looking at the positive side can create a level of motivation for you to want to continue so that you can see where you go from there.
I mean, I'm gonna try my best. I don't want to like, you know, be dishonest or anything like that. I don't know if all of these things that I'm hoping that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm really gonna do that or not. I just, I'm gonna try my best to try to do them, but
Okay. Well, let's take some of the things off the table real quick, because these are a lot of goals that we have discussed just sitting here. So let's say out of all the goals that were discussed, which two do you think you'd want to work on for right now?
uh, calling the psychiatrist.
Okay.
And I know the budget plan's supposed to be helpful, but I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna start with calling the psychiatrist because I don't want to lie to you and tell you I'm gonna do something and then I don't do it or whatever the case may be. So
Okay.
um, that's the for now. Maybe when I walk out of here, I might feel a little bit better because like last week I didn't think I would actually make it to that place or pick up the phone and call the support group.
Right.
I mean, just talking about it kind of gives me like a headache a little bit. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, these goals are not supposed to stress you. These goals are definitely here to help you. Um, so we can take it one goal at a time. And, I think the psychiatrist would be a great first uh, step in the right direction for you. Um, I will, uh, I need, I guess, a better understanding. Did you want me to call and try to set you up an appointment with the psychiatrist, or did you want to try to do it on your own?
I would prefer if you did it for me. If you, um, uh, you know, yeah, you can send the referral.
Okay.
Yeah, send the
Um,
referral, and then after, I think she might contact me or something like that afterwards, or if I don't hear from her, I'll call. I'll send you an email or something like that. But yeah, you can send me the referral. Send her the referral. Excuse me.
okay. Um, as long as you're okay with it, I will definitely move forward with that. Um, Set an appointment. I will, let you discuss that with my receptionist outside, and we can come up with a date. And I will definitely reach out, and I will keep in contact with her to, get an update to make sure that the medication is working effectively and to make sure that you're okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Um, and you also mentioned, I didn't want to leave this out, or I didn't want to end the session without discussing this, um, about your sister. You said that you had a hard time discussing or even trying to get in contact with your sister. And I just wanted to check in with you on that to see the fear with that. Sounds like you were in fear
I'm
of it?
I'm just not ready yet. I'm not ready to approach that. And seeing that you made it one of my long-term goals, I'm just gonna, put it on the back burner for right now because I'm thinking that once I go to the support group, you know, I'll have a better, feeling of being able to communicate better. And then maybe I'll feel better about communicating with her.
Okay.
Because right now I really don't know how to talk to her right now.
Okay. And that is justifiably understandable. And, whenever you're ready, you can, discuss that with me, or you don't have to. But I want you to know that the door is open and I'm here to listen about whatever you need to talk about on that level. Okay.
Okay,
Um,
sounds fine.
Overall, after today's session, I just wanted to gauge or have a better understanding of where you feel, or how do you feel about the relationship you have built with me, or the relationship we have built so far.
I think I think that the relationship that we built is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I
Okay.
mean, I'm able to come back to you and talk to you. So from a scale of 1 to 5, I think I'd give you like a 5.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. Do you think we discussed the goals um, that you wanted to talk about? Did I miss anything?
No, I think we talked about all the goals. Um, yeah, we talked about all the goals. Yeah, we touched base on everything, the budget plan, we took all the short term and the long term goals. We touched base on all of those. So yeah, I'll give you a 5 on that too. Yeah.
Okay. Um, do you feel like the approach, uh, the interventions that I have discussed with you, do you feel like that is a good fit for you?
Yeah, I think it's a good fit. The only problem is just that, you know, trying to motivate me to take medication is just the only part that I just didn't really like. So I'd have to give you a 4 on that. But after you explained, um, that you'll be taking part in it, um, we'll see how it goes. But for right now, that's a 4.
And that is okay. I just need to, I don't want to get too far ahead in these sessions and with you, and you're not understanding or you're not feeling comfortable with what we're discussing. And so I like to check in with my clients to make sure that, we are all on the same page. So um, all honesty is welcome. So, and I just want to make sure, overall, how was everything? Did you, as far as today's session, how have you felt?
I actually feel a little bit more confident because my favorite part was that you tried the motivational. Is that what it's called?
Yes,
Yeah.
motivational
Sorry, what was it called? Motivational what?
interviewing.
Motivational interviewing. I
Mhm.
liked how you got me to, see the positives before we actually really did it, and so it kind of made me feel comfortable and gave me like an understanding to where I need to head towards. So I was able to answer, I guess, you know, honestly about how I'm feeling. So yeah, I'd give you a 5 on that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have any other questions or concerns that you want to discuss?
Um, no. Do you know when you're gonna call the psychiatrist? That's the only question that I have right now is when are you gonna call them? So
Okay.
I know, like, and I guess what I'm trying to say is, can we push the, you know, me meeting the psychiatrist for in a week or something, so that gives me time to see if I can build up to actually go to the support group because there's supposed to be a support group this week. I don't want to have both of those things in the same week. It's just too much.
I will, while you're still here, I will call and see when the next availability is, and I will bring that to you, and we will, based off of your schedule, we will work together and come up with a good schedule for you for your initial visit at least.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will see you in a few seconds. Let me just get the number and I will meet you outside. But other than that, I hope you have a great week and can't wait to hear about what has happened.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, then. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.